Welcome back to another property tour. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Joshua Guevara. I'm an associate broker with the M Real Estate Group and managing member of Triple G Properties LLC here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And today we're back at it again with another property tour. This time we're going to be located in the northeast heights of Albuquerque. We're in the San Gabriel Village subdivision. All right, we're going to be looking at this beautiful split level gem home right here. I'm just actually walking the street to kind of give you a feel for your neighbors and show what the neighborhood actually kind of looks and feels like. So this home that we're going to be looking at is 3809 Inca Street Northeast, 87111 is the zip code. We're going to be listed at $409,900. There is a $3,000 seller incentive for closing costs and a buy down, and this home has actually been on the market for 56 days with no offers. This is a 5-bedroom, 3 full baths, 2,139 square feet with 1-car garage. This has an owned solar system, so you got to imagine that the cost for your electricity is virtually almost nothing. I have seen bills to be just the hookup fee, which is $8 through P&M. Now, roof looks to be in good condition. Obviously, new painting to the exterior. Those shutters make the house just pop. Okay, huge windows. Look like they're newer as well. A lot of light coming in. On the sides, you see it looks like wood paneling. It's actually metal, so that is huge when it comes to longevity. Okay, the last thing you want is for it to be wood, and over time it just rots and gets nasty, and if you don't replace it, could end up potentially being an issue with termites. Okay, so I want to point a couple things out before we walk in. First, huge shout out to Kiko Torres with Kiko and Associates Real Estate. He used to work with us at the M Group, but now he's got his own brokerage and he's up and running. So huge pat on the back to him for getting that done and moving forward. But look at this. See, it's got the metal on the sides. Okay, that's gonna last a lot longer than the wood. And then this right here was the old electric meter. Still needs to be removed. There's a whole new updated piece you're gonna see in the back, but you definitely wanna get that situated and get it removed eventually, right? Cinder block coming down, so that's a good little look there. One thing I wanted to kind of just mention is when you have gutter systems like this, okay, and your spout is just dropping right here, essentially what you want is you want the dirt to be higher than the grade, right? You want the grade to be flowing that way so that when that water comes down the spout, it goes away from the property over time, especially on a split level home, right? Because there's going to be a good 3.5-4 feet that are under the ground. You're going to want to keep that water away, because if it starts puddling and it keeps puddling against the house, it's going to cause you problems. So do keep that in mind. I want to just take one more step back because I feel like the curb appeal on this home is just amazing. Like, really good. Again, with the shutters and the color of the landscaping, it just really makes it pop. I am really digging that right now. Now, just to kind of give you a heads up, we are in the Northeast Heights. Just where we're located, I have to state, El Dorado High School is most likely the high school for this little area, so you're in the district for them. When it comes to middle school and elementary, I'm not too sure what that schools would be, but I can hear bells ringing, so I gotta assume that there is a school nearby. So it wouldn't be hard for you to get to and from if you got the kiddos, okay? So I do have the 1-car garage. I won't be able to get access into it today. It's locked up. Again, if you came home, one thing I did notice is there's not a door that leads from the garage into the actual house. It actually just goes to the backyard, and then you would enter through the backyard, or you would just come back out through the garage and then in through your front door. Okay, so let's go and get this started. Love the wood trim going around the door. Good little touch to it all. Nice fixture on the front. Nice little mailbox. Coming in, you're gonna have 18 by 28 tile on the entryway right here. This same tile is gonna be on the backsplash for the wood stove burner downstairs. You're gonna have new fixtures throughout. You have your iron staircase, okay, with the new wood panels going across. Not too shabby. Love the tile, how it matches. You're gonna have vinyl luxury plank all the way throughout. Okay, you're gonna have newer fixtures in here. I don't want to say they're brand spanking new. They do look like they've been used, right? They've collected a little bit of dirt, dust, and you can see even some buggies in there. So that kind of lets me know that they're not brand spanking new, okay? Now this granite countertop island that you're looking at with the same matching countertops and backsplash for the cabinet, or sorry, countertops over there on the kitchen. This is gonna be 3.5 by 4.5 feet. Nice little touch to it all. You're gonna have the new cabinets, of course, and the new hardware, silver nickel finish. Stainless steel appliances, as you can see, not too bad. They're a mixture of them. So you got Kenmore, Whirlpool, GE. You have a dual basin undermount sink, about 18 inches deep on both sides. Looks like we do have the garbage disposal with the cool little button on the side. So that's a huge plus there. These cabinets are 32 inches tall, okay? I think the one thing you're really missing in here is gonna be the pantry, okay? So keep that in mind. And you're gonna have to work with the shelving that you do have. And I believe you got a Lazy Susan. Ow. Yeah, nice little touch, all right. Before I jump to the backyard and show you guys what's going on out there with the deck, I'm actually gonna get downstairs so we can get that wrapped up, and we'll come back up, finish upstairs, and hit the backyard. So coming down, you're gonna have the same kind of flooring down there. Oh, forgot to mention, there's gonna be 3-inch baseboards throughout the entire home. I wanna say those were from the last occupant. I don't wanna say those are brand new. I've found a couple that are pretty dirty, so they need to be cleaned up just a bit. Now again, same tile that matches in the entryway, 28 by 18, but of course it's been chopped in half here just to kind of make it fit. Gonna have a brand new wood burning stove, and it's already loaded with wood. Score! So you're ready to spark it up and get this whole bottom half heated with no problem. That thing looks like it's like a bomb ready to explode. It's crazy. That's a lot of wood. So over here is gonna be a 2013 hot water heater. Okay, you do have the T-leg, which I do see. We don't have a drip pan. We do have flex lines on this, which based on what I've seen in inspections, flex lines are not allowed when it comes to code. And on top of that, I do not see a green tag. So again, doesn't mean that the seller is obligated to go and do it. At the end of the day, it ends up becoming a negotiation, is what I've seen in the market since I've been in real estate. And I've been in real estate for 6 years now, okay? So furnace is gonna be not new, but newer. Again, not too positive. I know these are all 70s builds around here. So could potentially be the original, could potentially not. Could have been updated sometime in the 90s. This is gonna be your air intake for the furnace. And just to keep in mind, the cooling that you have here is a swamp cooler. It's not going to be refrigerated air. Now that looks like a newer fixture. That looks a little better. Doesn't look so dirty. All right, of course, fresh paint throughout the entire home. Nice little guest bedroom, not too bad. Like the closet space. And again, just the window, right? I mean, it does feel like you're a little different because you can see the ground immediately. But again, just bringing in good sunlight, right? So you're not totally in a dungeon here. Now, this is one thing I kind of wanted to talk about, is considering that we can see the ground, right? That's what they would consider and call grade. Anything that's below grade, based on ANSI standards, you can't count the square footage, okay? Now, again, can't say how that really goes for appraisers out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, because I'm not an appraiser. But just with that being said, and this being below grade, and the washer, and this amazing bathroom we're about to check out, being below grade, typically you would have what's called a sub pump, and that sub pump would be for all the wastewater that you're, relieving the lines of in the bathroom and in the washer, would flow out to the sub pump, then the sub pump would put it back up to above grade and then down into the sewer, right? So again, I didn't see one when I was walking around. I'm waiting for an answer from Kiko to see if there is a sub pump for the property. So that is a question that I would have if you are putting in an offer on this property, but this is exactly where your washer and dryer would go, all right? Now walk into this bathroom here. You're gonna have 12 by 24 tile on the wall, starting literally from right here, all the way wrapped around into that walk-in shower. I love the stone mud pan. That is custom. It is awesome. It feels great. Looks like it's done a really good job. Of course, they had to chop a little bit off that 12 by 24 tile on this side, but again, just the look of it all, very good, with it going all the way to the ceiling. Of course, huge vanity, new sink, countertop is gonna be marble, of course. Could have probably done a little bit more than just the mirror, but still looks real good, okay? Can't complain about it, for sure. Forgot new toilet as well, okay? So You can exit to your backyard from here, which we'll come back in when we get to the backyard. I want to go upstairs, finish upstairs, and then get you guys through the balcony. Through the deck upstairs. So let's go ahead and finish. We'll get you to the other guest bedrooms and the owner's suite. It will be nice and awesome. But look, that's my problem, okay? Is that right there. I don't want to say that's your only vent for the air conditioning, but if it is, holy moly, you're gonna have to crack all the windows and keep the air flowing, okay? So one thing I normally do with clients who are adamant about having refrigerated air is asking for that. Hey, we'll give you full price, but we need a refrigerated air unit. And the good thing about that is you could piggyback off the furnace ductwork, right? And the furnace ductwork, really quick, let's, there we go. Furnace ductwork, I know for sure is flowing through these vents. Okay, you're gonna have 4 vents on the upper floor, and then on the bottom floor, they're gonna be up top. So you know that there's gonna be a space in the flooring here and in the roof downstairs that has the ductwork, okay? Forgot to mention, little coat closet, not too shabby. Okay, come into the bathroom, guest bathroom here. This is gonna be 12 by 24 tile. Still got the original tub insert with the shower guard, okay? Actually, the shower guard looks like it might be a little newer. I'll give them that. That looks a little newer because I can see there's some new caulk in here. Boom, right? So that's looking pretty good. Looks like light fixtures were never replaced. Good thick amount of grout, that's good. Looks like quartz countertop right here. Nice little change. I like that. That's again just a huge vanity. Hey, how you guys are doing? It's me. And new light fixture. Again, I wish they could have done a little more decorative for the mirror, but hey, at the end of the day, it's probably a new mirror. So new nickel stone finish, or sorry, satin nickel finish. And there's our plumbing underneath. New hardware with the vanity. Not too shabby, not too bad. Okay, guest bedroom upstairs. Again, little vent for the furnace. Hopefully it does work for the AC as well, but you'll want to get an HVAC professional out here to confirm that. Okay, nice little newer fixture. Okay, closets are decent space. Looks like we actually have some, I don't know if that's removable. Oh, yep. Yep, you can remove that, not a problem. All right, come in here, another, looks like a linen closet, bam. Okay, other guest bedroom, a lot of light in this one. And of course, with you just being up higher, it does look and feel a lot better. I mean, look at those views, you got the mountains, got a little bit of the trees blocking, but look at those mountains, man. Woo! Clouds making it pop. Not too bad. All right, closet space, still decent. Nothing crazy, extra shelving on top. I like that. Okay, let's get across here. All right, and this is gonna be the owner's suite here. There's, again, that one definitely is newer, not brand spanking new, okay? Closet, a little tight for the owner's suite. So most likely, you know, if it was me and my wife, this would be my wife's entirety. She'd take up all that real estate. I would probably be downstairs with the hot water heater in the furnace. So smoke detector, good. Nice windows, good looking to the backyard. Woo, we're going there next. All right, of course, new toilet. Okay, new vanity, sink, countertop. All right, bam, okay. Now, I wanna say this is new, okay? And I wanna say that the grout just wasn't cleaned properly. That's why you see that little bit of staining. So most likely just needs to get a nice wipe down, get a nice cleaning done. Because again, this looks like it was all redone, okay? So you're gonna have stone, okay? Mud pen, awesome. 12 by 24 tile that you're gonna find in all bathrooms. Looks like the tile actually goes all the way to the wall. So nice little fit, and again, new framing for the shower itself. So that is a good little deal. I love it. Good little touch all the way to the top. Good sunlight. Forgot to mention 2 panel doors. All the doors are about 7.5, 8 feet, okay? Actually, I'm gonna say 7.5 for sure. They're 7.5 feet. Now, let's go ahead and hit this deck, because if I don't I mean, if you don't find this to be like a very good entertainment style home, or you have a lot of family that comes and visits you from out of state and they stay here, this is ideally a home for that, right? Because look at this deck. Oh my gosh. I'll go get a good look at the solar panel and the swamp cooler. See how the only one vent goes down into the home? That just kind of lets me know most likely the one vent that you see in the home is the only area where cold air is pumping through. So you're gonna have to crack a lot of the windows to get that done, or look into maybe mini splits. You know, mini splits might be a good touch for this house. Or again, just piggyback off the furnace. So again, even on this outside exterior, okay, got the tin. All right, tin is a huge plus. I'm telling you guys, a lot of the builds that you're gonna find out in Rio Rancho, like they're 1990 builds, and I know they've been remodeled or flipped, but at the same time they left that same wood paneling on the exterior, and 9 times out of 10 I find one that's just rotten. Okay, last thing you want is to deal with that kind of issue with termites. And especially when you got rain that builds up like this, you know, there's certain things you just can't really get to and see all the time, especially being a homeowner because you're busy living life, you know. So of course, here's that side gate access, another angle of it, another view. Not too bad. You're kind of, fences I want to say are about 3.5 feet tall. Okay, this one you kind of see your neighbor's yard. The one over there, you cannot see your neighbor's yard at all. Now, with that being said, I love the deck, the backyard being all grass. Man, it's just nice and fresh and cool with the grass itself. I mean, it's really relaxing. Come out here, you know, no shoes on, hanging out. Really good vibe. Of course, I'd probably get rid of the storage shed. It doesn't look like it's holding on too strong. You do have your electrical though coming in overhead from this post here. So one thing I do want to say is if something were to happen, right, and they need to work on this line, they're probably gonna have you remove that thing anyway. Okay, if they need to get up there, you're in the way essentially. Okay, so you can't probably build any structures back here in this back corner, and probably not even in that back corner because of the line going all the way through here. The trees could be potentially a concern. I don't want to say it for sure is, but you just want to make sure that that line doesn't get tainted in any way by the trees themselves. So it does look like they've kind of made cuts in the past recently, okay, to kind of make it all nice and freed up. So keep that in mind. You always want to water these trees for sure. I have a tree that's dying in my yard right now, and holy moly, it's a tough one. I need to get it chopped. So this line right here, do not be scared of it. Okay, this is just a telephone cable line. All right, nothing crazy. It just needs to get reattached at a tighter angle so that it can sit a little bit higher and it's not accessible. Okay, over here is going to be your pretty much your hookup to the electricity and the solar. Okay, now there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 22 solar panels. Okay, with that being said, you want to make sure you tell your insurance agent I got 22 solar panels. Now with that being said, and this being an owned system, you also want to make sure that the company that installed it is still around. Okay, that's one thing we've been running into a lot here in New Mexico, is solar companies are installing these bad boys and then they're falling off and they're just closing shop. Okay, and they promise the world, they promise a bunch of warranties, and oh, we'll come back even after it's owned and take care of it, and they don't even exist anymore. Okay, so it's another thing you just want to keep in mind when it comes to buying a home that has solar panels. You want to make sure that company still exists, and if there is warranties, you want that paperwork. Okay, so over here, looks like we have, it's called a rain dial, most likely going to be for the irrigation system, just because it looks like the old one was chopped, as you can see in the top corner, and then the new one was added. So that's going to be the new irrigation system and timing and all that good stuff. Oh, look at this. It's got like a French drain style. So of course, when it rains, of course, no matter what, water's probably going to fall down into here. I would scope that. I would get a sewer scope. Of course, on every property, you should get a sewer scope. But I would scope that immediately. That'd be another thing I would scope, is that, just to make sure that, you know, there is no issues with it. The last thing you want is that to flood out. And if it floods out there, well, guess where it's coming in? It's coming in here. And and you don't want to ruin your, vinyl flooring or even your walls or baseboards at that point if you got flooding coming in, all because you didn't check that one little drain, okay? We do have cable down here. I forgot to mention that last time, so most likely there is going to be another cable outlet upstairs. So if you want to get Xfinity cable internet, it's there and ready and available. Well, that's going to do it for today's property tour. I want to thank you guys for always tuning in. If you guys ever want to see any property that I have listed or any property that's, even new build, right? Because we could go tour a bunch of the new builds and they're offering everything right now. Closing costs, amazing interest rate incentives. Just give me a shout. You can call or text me at 505-363-7926, or you can email Joshua@mregrp.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great weekend.